Happy Friday, beautiful souls. This is Shamama Hunting Owl with a new message for the month of May. I can't believe it is May already, you guys. What the hell is going on? Time is just zipping by. I want to thank you guys for all being here, for subscribing, sharing, liking the videos. Those of you who are on Patreon, thank you so much for your support as always. Lots of really cool stuff going on over there, posting lots of videos, extra content. So for those of you who miss what I'm doing over here full time, jump on over to Patreon. $3 a month to get the videos that you guys are not getting over here. Plus there's lots of other extra things over there. So if you feel so guided, there's lots of content for you. Okay, so fucking A. Thank God it is May, you guys. The energies since March have been super intense. We've had a couple weeks here and there through April. I think there was about two and a half weeks where things kind of quieted down and then started revving up again. And now here we are in May. We have the new moon in Taurus tomorrow. We've got a lot of Taurus energy coming in over the month of May with the planets. I know there's several planets going in retrograde that have something to do with the Taurus energy. And I've got Katie's astrology report to read also, which I haven't even had a chance to look over yet, you guys. So I printed it out and it's just sitting here. But what I want to really talk about first is May is going to be a month of really a lot of things unfolding very quickly. For so many of us, you know, throughout the last several months, things have seemed sort of stagnant, almost like in a reverse, regressed sort of state. We started purging very heavily, felt a lot of dark night of the soul energy, but then would have moments of just pure elation and joy and bliss. And so it's been this very, you know, as always, it's very up and down roller coastery ride, but there's been a tremendous amount of intensity related to this. And this feeling of like we're just like swimming upstream, like we're not getting anywhere. There's like a blockage, being stuck. And this is what's being lifted in May. This new moon in Taurus, this new energy that is coming in for those of you who have felt stuck, who have felt very little to no progression, and even a regression in some areas on your journey, are going to now be catapulted ahead. And ahead, not in a hierarchy way, but to a new phase, to a new level. And again, I want to remind you guys, what I talk about here, this is for a portion of the collective. This is not for everyone. So if these messages don't resonate with you, schedule a private session, because we can get into specifically what's going on for you. You know, we are all at different levels and phases of this journey. Some of us started a long time ago. Some of us started just recently. You know, some of us have done balls to the wall with our healing. Some of us have not. So it puts us all in different areas. So every message isn't going to be for everyone. So if you want to know specifically what's going on for you, for your journey, what healing work you need to do, so on and so forth, please reach out for private sessions. Okay, so there is a portion of us who have felt stuck, who have had a lot of turmoil kind of come up in our world over the last couple months. And the clarity is now going to start coming in. Over the month of May, June, July, we are going to start picking up that forward momentum again, and things are going to start building very, very rapidly for a portion of the collective. So this is a beautiful thing. The energy the last week, at least in my experience and those who I have been working with and talking to, is almost like, you know, the dam, the wood over the dam being lifted, the dam being lifted, and the water just started rushing through. I've had a tremendous amount of movement, and downloads and clarity coming in as to what my next steps are going to be, which for a long time I really was feeling like, you know, Spirit was giving me this little piece and that little piece, and none of the pieces would fit together. where now I'm seeing the bigger picture of this. As a matter of fact, I'm seeing more of the bigger picture of it than the smaller details to it. So I know that this dam being lifted is it's now go time. It's now go time. But go time in the sense that allow spirit to lead you. This doesn't mean recklessly go and take action and force and push and do those things. It means allow the current to take you where it's taking you. Act on the things that are unfolding in front of you. Don't go digging and seeking and trying to figure it out outside of your divine direction. Okay? This isn't something that can be forced. There is still an element of patience that needs to be maintained through what is happening. The pieces are unfolding in exactly the right timing, and we have to just believe in that and have faith in that. So before I get to the astrology report, I want to talk about two things that have come up in the community as of lately. And the first thing I want to talk about is the label of twin flame, okay? So many people are using the label twin flame, and they're using it to just, and I'm not saying they're not twin flames, so follow me here, you guys. They are using the label of twin flame to justify putting in time, staying in relationships that are not healthy, okay? That are actually very unhealthy for them. They are continuing to say, well, he's my twin flame, therefore I can't walk away. I love him so much. They're continuing to engage in codependent, unhealthy relationships, codependent behaviors. I'm not calling people codependent. I'm also, not calling anybody a narcissist, which is another part of what I want to talk about with this, but they're engaging in these narcissistic, codependent, enabling type abusive relationships still, because they're saying, but he's my twin or she's my twin. I want you guys to understand, twin flame or no twin flame, there is no one on this or any other fucking spiritual journey that should be engaging in a relationship with someone that is abusive in any sort of way, okay? Not emotionally, not mentally, not physically, not sexually. We are not here on this journey to self, to wholeness, to be abused, to be taken advantage of, to allow ourselves to be taken advantage of, or to have shitty boundaries so these things happen. So if you are in a situation where your beloved is, wrapped up in addictions or refusing to participate in the relationship, or even, giving you equal reciprocity for the things that you are experiencing or doing, this is the reason for separation, you guys, okay? You are holding on to a very unhealthy attachment if you are still holding on to these relationships that are unhealthy, okay? And it is displaying for you, and I know so many are that are going through this right now that are newer to the journey, which is why I really wanted to share this, is that I don't care who they are. They could be the fucking king and queen of England. I don't give a shit. If they're treating you bad, you don't deserve that. You need to find your self-worth. It is time to find your value and step into that and walk away. No matter how powerful the love is, if you are being taken advantage of by your own allowing that to happen, you need to get the fuck away from that, okay? As difficult as it may be, releasing the attachment is what sets you free and allows you to grow and heal. Now, with that, I want to just briefly talk about narcissism and codependency. It really bugs me when people say my twin is a narcissist or so-and-so is codependent. no one is a narcissist. No one is codependent. These are behaviors that we have developed over time. They are ego-based defense mechanisms that we have developed over time in order to help us survive the best we could with the wounds we carry from when we are wee little babies, okay? So, when we say someone is a narcissist or has narcissistic behavior, all we are recognizing is that this person who is displaying these behaviors has been hurt so tragically and traumatically at some stage in their lives that they have developed these ego defense protection mechanisms in order to survive what they have been through. It is their best and only way that they know how. It does not make them assholes. It does not make them douchebags. It does not make them anything more than a tragically wounded soul who is in need of awakening and healing and all of those things. So please, you guys, as well as for people who display codependent behaviors, a codependent person is someone who has struggled with abandonment and rejection, not unlike a narcissistic behaviored person who has also experienced abandonment, rejection, humiliation, betrayal, all of these things. These wounds are, and what the difference is between the two is some people go within and turn that anger and aggression within themselves, which is the codependent, the fear of holding on and needing to hold on to somebody. And the narcissist lashes it out against others. So they are more external, where the codependent is more internal with their process. So there is no good or bad, right and wrong with any of this. There is no, calling a codependent a whiny, needy, clingy mess. There is none of this. We are all broken. Every single fucking one of us has been fucked up somewhere along the line in our journey. And we are not to judge anyone else's behavior or journey based on our wounds. We cannot put ourselves in that person's place and judge how they have chosen to handle or deal with the things that they have experienced. Okay? We all develop our ways that helped us get to where we are to survive. Now, do they help us any longer? No. That is why we are awakening. We are realizing that the old behaviors, the old patterns don't work. And we are working so desperately, okay, every single day being challenged and learning and relearning and going back through all of our broken, wounded shit inside of us to change our thought processes and our heart patterns, okay? So, and this is true for all of us. So I really would like to encourage you all to please stop using these judgmental labels on other people and on yourselves. Traumas and wounding. It's not fair. And it is still holding you, us, the collective, in this place of not having unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, mercy, grace, all of these things. You cannot be ascended and enlightened and in a place of Christ consciousness, of unconditional love, if you are still calling someone a narcissist or anything like that. There is a level of understanding that needs to be across the board understood, okay? We are all broken. Some of us are changing quicker than others. Some of us are growing quicker than others. And we need to allow for it. Now, that does not mean that going back to what I started with, that does not mean that if someone is behaving with a narcissistic behavior, ghosting, gaslighting, out and out, just emotionally abusing you, breaking you down, treating you poorly. That does not mean that you accept and take what they are giving you. You don't put up with that, but you lovingly detach from that. Understanding and knowing that that person that is projecting their shit onto you is very wounded and broken, and you don't take it as it's not about you, it's about them. So you can't accept that as your own. You can't internalize that. You need to lovingly detach, understanding. Just as someone, you would understand if someone had a disease, a medical illness, and was hurt and wounded that they couldn't do something or couldn't be something because of. You understand and look at this person as being wounded, having love, compassion, and understanding for it, but not tolerating, walking away, detaching, removing those people from your life, even if it is your beloved. The label twin flame does not carry a caveat that you can walk and shit all over me and I'm still going to love you. It does not mean that you can come into my world, rock it, shake it, and tear me up and then walk away. That is not something that is acceptable. And the more you step in to your self-esteem, your self-worth, your value, your awareness, your understanding, you can then hold your ground in a loving, compassionate way for these people. And again, when they are ready, okay, we have to remember everyone is doing their best on their journey as they can. This is not something we have control over. Our own awakening, we didn't have control over. We do not have control over the masculine. We do not have control. Can we hold space? Can we send love? Can we send forgiveness? Yes. Are we meant to be a doormat? No. Okay? Are we meant to, pine away? No. We need to live our lives to the fullest. And when, and I say when, our divine counterpart is ready, when they have successfully navigated their journey, they will be in alignment with you, with us, okay? Understand that these periods of separation are not meant to be heartbreaking for anyone, okay? These are truly necessary pieces to allow a greater, deeper self-exploration and healing to happen. The time apart is necessary for the healing process. So, remember this, you guys. When you're very distressed and upset that your beloved is not with you physically in this world, remember the reasons you went into separation, okay? Remember the fact that things didn't work out that time, and know that I don't want my twin back until he is far enough on his journey where he can come to me and be transparent and be open and be vulnerable and be honest and ready to communicate. Like, I do not want any of that until we are at an equal level to be able to share, to experience this journey together. I would much prefer doing it in separation than I would to have to do this shit together. So just remember that. So I think that was all Spirit wanted me to talk about with you guys. I'm going to get to Katie's reading, her astrology report for the month, and then I've got a full reading for you guys. And then okay. So here we go. May comes in like a breath of fresh air, a welcome relief after an intense cosmic weather that we have been navigating through March and April, which is what I said, man. March and April were just like, fucking hey. There is not a lot of action this month with regards to major transits. And with Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto in retrograde until the fall, we are being guided within during this more introspective period to work with and process the many shifts and gifts received so far in 2019. And we are also preparing for the July eclipses. So everything that is going on right now is preparing us to integrate everything that we have learned up through this time of this year, through this moment, and then work toward what is happening with the energy with the eclipses. With timelines collapsing and shifting faster than ever, there's a constant stream of experiences to unpack and process. But with less time to dwell in the mind, it is the body and the soul's expression that is leading the way now. The new moon in Taurus packs a powerful punch and is pushing forward the change you wish to see. It may not be immediately apparent. Taurus is a slow burn, but something beautiful is building and will come to a crescendo by the Taurus full moon during the Scorpio season, if not before then. So don't push and enjoy the experience and each moment along the way. This moon is one to be savored. March and April were highly active months for huge collective and personal shifts. So May brings in an influx of feminine and yin planetary signatures to bring you back down to earth and into your body. That's the Taurus energy. It's grounded, it's earth, it's concrete, it's stable, it's solid. Sorry guys, and this is what happens. To bring you back down into your body, the Taurus energy, to ground all you have experienced so you can thrive in the physical and material planes. With many planets crossing Uranus in Taurus, expect sudden shifts and revelations in the realms of thoughts and communication, which is Mercury, and relationships and self-worth, which is Venus. Mars is moving into Cancer mid-month and is also a yin vibration, feminine energy, which brings the masculine collective into a much more receptive and sensitive space. Mars is pushing them to get in touch with feelings that have been long repressed, and the sextiles formed with Mercury and Venus will assist them in communicating from their heart and with themselves, firstly. Intuitive action is the key to making the most of May's energetic signatures. All these planets form harmonious angles to the current Capricorn stellium. I guess that's what it is, stellium. Bringing a sense of grace and ease to these retrograde planets in your personal chart for this period. Steady growth is being made this month when you trust your instinct and intuitive knowing, supporting you to bloom and prosper in ways you have never before believed. Well, beloved, it's time to believe. The signs have been many. Hold on to your knowing as your heart continues to lead the way. Much love, Katie. So thank you for that, Katie. So what I want to add to this is, yes, this Taurus energy is incredibly, it's solid. It is the bull, okay? It is this strong, firm, slow moving, but very, very solid foundation. We are, like I said, the dam is being lifted, and all of this very specific clarity and intuitive understanding is coming through. And actually, it's funny because the cards, again, you know, I love how this, you know, always lines up with everything that's going on. But knowing that things are going to be getting easier, again, for a portion of the collective who have been in this place of having a really tough March and April, there's a huge opening for you now. Many, many opportunities are going to be popping up for you. So embrace whatever spirit is showing you. Like, explore it, look into it, feel into it. know that we are being moved into this place of abundance. Spirit has showed me so many unions again, coming over the next 3 months. You know, May, June, July is a huge, again, influx of reunions coming in. Again, I don't want people to misinterpret that when I say that unions and reunions are coming in, this doesn't necessarily mean that these are the permanent unions. These are a reintroduction to your twin. Some may go back into a period of physical separation, some may not, but there is going to be communication and reaching out and coming together for many of the collective that is going through what I am talking about at this time. And for some, it is definitely for sure that these are coming into working toward building these solid foundations for these continued relationships. That separation, the physical separation, is not going to happen again. That this is the step. This is the, okay, let's sit down, let's talk, let's make a plan together for what we are going forward with. Again, remember, separation, these periods of quiet, they're necessary. Going within and withdrawing from things that trigger you, and we trigger each other, you guys. We trigger the masculine triggers us. We need these times of quiet reflection, although it hurts many when the masculine ghosts or the feminine ghosts, or somebody doesn't return a message or a text or whatever the fuck it is, or doesn't follow through with something that has been promised. But we have to transcend that pain, okay? We have to just understand where and why it's happening, and give that grace to take that time, to take that space, to not take it personal, to understand that there's a damn good reason. If your masculine has gone silent, there's a good fucking reason for it. And they are in a process of their healing. Just as with the feminine. If we have to go silent on our masculine, or pull away, or walk away, or whatever, there's a reason. That doesn't mean it's permanent. It doesn't mean it's forever. It means, yo, I need a timeout. I need to do a little bit of me, and then I'll be back. It goes both ways, but the feminine has always taken it so personal when the masculine pulls away. It has always been so heartbreaking. But we really need to start seeing this, you guys, in a more positive light, a more compassionate and understanding light for what this journey is all about, okay? We are being brought and facilitated and aided by our beloved to become the best version of ourselves that we can be. That is a beautiful gift that they are giving us through all the bullshit, right? Through all the ghosting, all the this, all the that, the fights, the this, the that, the disagreements, whatever. These are beautiful gifts that the masculine is giving us in order to come into our power on our own, in teaching us how to set boundaries, how to have self-respect, how to honor ourselves, how to grow, how to become kings and queens of our own lives and our own kingdoms, how to become interdependent, not codependent, how to have healthy, conscious relationships. And that's something I'm going to be doing, I think, some videos on what it means to have a healthy, conscious relationship. So I don't know if I'm going to do them here or on Patreon. I may do a little bit here and a little bit there. But it's really important for us to really understand what we are striving for union, because they don't look like, union does not look like what relationships around the earth right now look like, where 60-70% of marriages end up in divorce, and you know, couples just don't like each other and they just stay together and whatever. We are transcending all of this. So I am going to start talking about what healthy, conscious relationships actually look like and what that means. Okay, so enough of this. Let's get to the cards. What did we use? We used 4 decks, and the messages are kind of interesting. So the first deck is, what the heck is this called? Oh, the Wild Unknown Tarot. The next deck is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. Then we have the Energy Oracle. I hope you guys can see that. And the Gateway Oracle. Okay. So we're going to start with the underlying message. And the underlying energy for this reading is the moon. Okay. Now, what's interesting, and I'll show you in a minute, but this card came out, and then the next 4 cards that came out all have this same crescent moon, okay, in the picture. And so the moon talks about a couple different things. The moon talks about seeing through the darkness, okay? It talks about secrets becoming apparent. It talks about looking at our shadows. So this is the energy that we have underlying. And of course, tomorrow is the new moon. So we are being asked to, and as I believe Katie said in her report, take this time to go within, connect within, start communicating, okay? There is an element of needing to communicate our truth. Like Spirit is saying, the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The good, the bad, the ugly, the dark, the light, all of it needs to be expressed and not hidden anymore. It's in our darkness. It's in those imperfections that we carry. Those are the things that make us unique and beautiful, okay? Those are the things that make us who we are. And we need to not be afraid, is what I feel like this moon card is saying. It's like, don't be afraid to look at those parts of yourself, because although they've been judged by others as yucky parts of you, they're actually the beautiful parts of you. They're the parts that make you special, unique. Now, what you do with those parts of yourself are always, the issue, and how you express them. So this is a time of being able to say, hey, look, owning up. I think what Spirit is saying, like, use this moon energy to own up to your shit, okay? To come face to face with the parts of you that are still struggling, with the parts of you that may still be an ego, with the parts of you that may be doing wonderfully. Don't fear looking at all of who you are and the dynamics of what is going on in your life. Really take that time to evaluate on a tangible level what is happening in your world and why. Okay. So the next card we get, and this is not really, okay, so this isn't really separated into the divine masculine and the divine feminine until the very end, because Spirit didn't want it that way. So I'm going to explain this as I go along. So the first card we get is the Four of Cups. Okay, and this Four of Cups shows a rat sitting on top of the cups, kind of in the darkness, right? And the message, and again, we have that moon, okay? So there we go. We've got the moon again. And what this Four of Cups is kind of sharing and speaking to me is the masculine and the feminine are kind of holding on to stuff that doesn't serve them, okay? Like a rat in the night, there's this need to kind of I'm seeing this scurrying, this hoarding, this going out and having to steal that piece of cheese and bring it back and hold on to it. And there's this element of holding on to things that aren't necessarily serving us, and it being illuminated during this moon cycle is what I feel. Like the rats scurry around in the dark, but they sure as fuck don't come out when it's daylight, okay? And the daylight, the moon is going to start illuminating. As we go through this dark period, which is the new moon, the dark cycle, and start coming out of that dark cycle, so much is going to be illuminated as to the emotions and the things that don't serve us that we have been holding on to, okay? masculine and feminine alike. It is going to be illuminated. So, all right, I'm going to do it this way. So the next card we get is the Seven of Cups. And again, here we have the crescent moon. And this card, it's crazy because like I kind of want to read it like upside down, but right side up. Like it's a two-sided card to me. And this is just showing where so many of us have been like clouded. We've had so much going on in our lives. All of these cups are just different areas that we have had to focus on or even use to possibly distract ourselves from the clarity. You know, like the sky's super clear up by the moon, but then we've got all these cups clouded over. Then we've got the sun at the freaking bottom of the card, which I don't really understand. It's like it's being shadowed over. And some of these cups are, you know, these cups that we are hoarding. So some shit we're holding on to and other stuff we're just using as distraction to avoid the things that we really want clear, which is kind of fucked up, right? But there are things we need to let go of. We need to let go of the distractions in order for clarity to come through. If we keep ourselves so busy in our 3D world, in our head, with so many things, we don't have that quiet, reflective time. And it takes away from, next card, you guys, High Priestess, from our intuitive abilities. And again, 4 cards in a row with the fucking quarter moon or the crescent moon. I mean, like, look, 1, 2, 3. I mean, look, 4 in a row, you guys. I feel like this is the weeks. The next 4 weeks is what Spirit is saying till the full moon cycle. Okay? These are the things that we are going through. So, hang on, let me just put these back where they go. So anyway, so we're feeling, when we keep ourselves all busy and cloudy-headed and just full with just all kinds of crap going on, it is keeping us from connecting to our intuitive abilities, to our higher knowing, to the clarity of the heavens, okay? This requires stillness. I don't care. Keeping yourself busy is great to distract yourself, but when it is interfering with your true knowing, when you are not spending that time in quiet to reflect and go within and really find like that magic, that crystal ball inside of you, that crystal ball is your heart. Everything you need to know resides within you, in your heart, and you need to connect with that. So clarifying cards with this that came out are the Standing Firm card, which came out in reverse this week. And this came out with the 4 of Cups and the 7 of Cups, is that many of you have built faulty foundations on this crap and this crap, okay? Built these foundations, faulty foundations, okay, on greed, desires, things that weren't serving you, and have built the foundation on, if you just keep yourself busy, you won't have to fucking deal with any of it. I won't have to face my reality if I can just be like a machine, do my day-to-day, and not have to think about anything else. You are not serving yourself. You are not being courageous. You are not being brave and strong if this is the way you are moving ahead in your life. You are hiding. You are hiding from your heart and your true calling. And you need to let go, which is the next clarifying card. You need to stop swimming upstream because that's what you're doing. You are fighting a losing battle, trying to swim upstream. You need to surrender joyously to the ebbing and the flowing of life. Let go of the shit that isn't serving you. Do the work. Look at your relationship and your world and your work and the things that are going on around you, and anything that is drama or disharmony or not bringing you joy. There's a reason for that, you guys. Stop avoiding it. Take off the blinders. Okay. Next part of the message is the Judgment card. Okay, as we go within, as we tap into our quiet, purposeful stillness, our messages, our crystal ball, our heart, okay, the Judgment card comes next. This is justice being done. This is liberation. To me, these birds all flying and that great big bird at the top is truly like spreading your wings and being liberated. Being free from that which no longer serves you. The scales of justice. You know, a grand awakening to the realizations that come through with your intuition of this crap that you've been holding on to and just busying yourself with. Grand judgment. The Holy Spirit truly ascending, blowing the trumpet, ascending upon us, guiding us to how we need to free ourselves, okay? And I do believe that Spirit is pushing this, okay? Spirit is, you know, stepping in. I mean, literally, like, it just keeps screaming the Holy Spirit, this card to me. Spirit isn't going to let you flounder anymore. Spirit is going to keep kicking you in your ass and blowing the horns until you fucking listen. And we get with this card, 2 cards. The first one we get is the Ancient Ones. So what Spirit has shown me and what I've been guided this actually with this weekend with this moon that's coming up is we really need to, we're really being guided to come into communication, reverence for our ancestral lineage. So I believe that this Holy Spirit energy, the ones that are doing the magic for us, magic is the next card, are the Ancient Ones. We are attaching to our ancestral lineage. They are stepping up, guiding us, the Ancient Ones, to move forward, to free ourselves, okay, to ascend. And magic is what comes from this. And I love because I think today in the daily card reads we got a 33 card. The Ascending Masters are the Ancient Ones, okay? And what I love is the Ancient Ones is the number 1, which is the Magician card. And then this is the 33, which is the Ascending Masters number, which is magic. So we have 1 is the Magician, which is the magic, and the Ascending Masters is 33, which is the Ancient Ones. So there is this beautiful parallel of the magic that is being created by the Ancient Ones, by our ancestral Ascending Masters that are working with great purity. And again, I come back to that purity of the Holy Spirit. And I don't mean biblically, I mean just the spirit of all, the love, the consciousness, in creating the magic that is necessary to bring in the star. This is the next card. Look at the skies, how they've cleared in this card. All we see is the rainbow, okay, and the shooting stars. This is the wishes fulfilled. This is the promises being granted, okay? So we are moving through this judgment, through this liberation, as we let go, as we liberate, as we allow Spirit to work within us, okay? It brings us to our wishes being fulfilled, our dreams coming true, which brings us next to the Door of Value, which is abundance flowing, okay? finding the value, allowing that value to start creeping into our lives, coming into our lives. This is a 31, which is a 4, which is a solid foundation. Okay, I haven't been paying attention to all the numbers, but some of them are popping out. But this is the building of a solid foundation monetarily. But we do need to cultivate some joy, soar in joy. There is a light-hearted energy that needs to be felt this month, okay? The energy is going to be lighter, so fall into that, play into that energy. Childlike wonder. The more you can find joy in the little things in your life, the more you are going to cultivate abundance, because when you are joyful, when you are childlike, you are in gratitude and appreciation for everything. And when we bring that joy in, it unlocks the doors. It unlocks the doors for abundance to flow. So the next card we have is cultivating prosperity. Planting those seeds. The moon. We have planted these seeds many times. Every new moon, we plant our seeds for abundance and prosperity. Beautiful thing, spring is here. And these seeds are growing. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. These seeds are growing. It is time. We have to keep nurturing and having, and I know you guys are going to love this. I know you guys hate when I do this. Patience, and this is where the reading splits for the feminine and the masculine, okay? Patience, divine feminine. Your prosperity is cultivating, okay? These seeds that you have planted are growing. Your wishes, your dreams are coming. This is a big month, okay? But we have to have patience. Stop staring at the clock and the calendar, okay? Stop worrying about time and how long it's been or hasn't been, okay? Surrender and let go of the attachment to the time. Have patience. Be in a playful, joyous place and cultivate. Cultivate what you're growing. A seed takes a long ass time to turn into a fucking stalk, a plant, a tree, a whatever. It takes a long time. So divine feminine, continue being patient and holding this space of love. Just love, holding space. That's all we have to do right now. Because the masculine got action with the man holding the coin. Okay? The masculine energy, while the feminine is standing here, and I don't know if I'm going to hold this the right direction. Let me see. No. Yes. The feminine is looking. Wait, is it this way? It's this way. This is how it was. The feminine is looking with patience at her masculine, who is working to get his physical, tangible offer together to bring forward to the feminine. He is getting ready to take action. Okay? Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be fast, but this is action. This is movement. The masculine is sitting, holding his pentacle, figuring out a way to share it with his feminine as the feminine looks on. Okay? Peeking over at her masculine as she holds the heart. Okay? Have patience, you guys. Have patience. We have a bunch of 4s in this reading. I'm just realizing that this is a 44. Again, double 4s. We had the 4 of Cups. We had the Door to Value, which is a 4. Lots of stable foundations are being built here, you guys. Lots of stability. We've got a couple 7s. The action card is a 17, which we know 17, 717, 177 are all union numbers. So continue, you guys, moving forward on your journey. Moving forward on your journey. We are entering truly a beautiful time here if you allow yourself to be open to receiving it. So those of you who need or want personal sessions with me, please go to my website, shamamahuntingowl.com. Also, very important, you guys, for those of you who can't do sessions or whatever your situation is, Spirit has given me last month two very, very beautiful channeled activation transmissions, meditations, that whatever the fuck you want to call them. They are for clearing your energy, healing your energy, getting in alignment with yourself. You can do them for yourself and for your beloved. And also a union transmission in order to continue to bring together your feminine and your masculine into harmonious union, so that it allows it to come down from the spiritual realm into the physical realm. So please, you guys, I'll have all the information for these under the video in the box. Check it out. I mean, people are having amazing, amazing results with them. I can't encourage you to do it enough. I mean, these are not meant to do just once. These are meant to do on a regular basis. The clearing and healing that is coming out of these things, and I'm telling you, unions are happening. People's twins are reaching out all over the place. So, you know, continue ahead on your journey. The services are there. Those of you who choose to support me on Patreon, thank you again. Check it out, you guys. And I am sending you all so much love and light. Gratitude and blessings always, beautiful souls. Have an amazing new moon in Taurus. I love you guys. Mwah, and we'll talk again next month. Bye-bye.